Testing, 1, 2, 3. Can everybody hear me okay? Hope everybody's doing good. And let me get through our slides and then we'll go live at the end of the day. Interesting day today. Just from a couple standpoints, I wanted to comment on that. There's always a high degree of risk involved in trading when you venture out there in the world of trading. And past performance is not indicative of future results. Hello, John. In my opinion, I always tell people, take an idea, digest it, do your due diligence, and then make sure that you understand it before you get into a trade. Probably some of the best advice I can give you. Now, gold today, broke out, started coming higher. If you look at that chart right there, it's pretty interesting when you look at it. It's bullish. We'll see if we get some follow through tomorrow. That's on GLD. We took a position today in GLD. AGQ, silver's breaking out also. Took a position in silver today. I think that looks fairly decent. If it takes out that high tomorrow, we're off and running. Those two look fairly decent. Apple's been under pressure since it had the big high. It's got a range of 207 to 220. It came down and tested, I think 209 was its low. Bears watching is what I will tell you. Bears watching. Holds, recovers from here is a buy. NVIDIA, the stock of your dreams. Today it went out and made a high at 140.76. I still think the uptrend's in force. I think the all bets off number is about 127. Keep that number in mind. We came down today, I think, to 130. I think that was the low, if I remember correctly. Let me check it real quick. NVIDIA, I've got it. NVIDIA, I got 130.49 it came down to, okay? So it corrected. Now, I think that we'll know a lot more if it rallies from here, gets above the 33.50 and goes to 35 or higher. I would say it's a full count. The bases are loaded. We got to see if they can swing and hit it and get on base. That's the way I look at NVIDIA right now. Now, Monday, we did a great trade on the QQQ. Today in old school, I talked about it. It didn't set up, but I wanted to go on and finish the topic. So today's topic is on the QQQ. And by the way, you can go to youtube.com and watch the video. We've got it up, and Jonathan will post that in there, hopefully. And everyone loves the idea of trading QQQ. I trade it most days. Today was a hands-off trade, okay? And especially when it comes to day trading, okay? Now, let's talk about it. If it sets up, and what does the setup look like? If it's higher in a month open, you ought to be considering long. If it's higher in a week open, you ought to be considering a long. But if it's not higher than the day open after RB3, which is from 9:30 to 10, you got to be cautious. If it's not higher than the Genesis bar, which is at 11:30 to 12, you got to be cautious. And if it's not higher than those three going into the afternoon, you probably ought to stay off that day. But let's review the setup, okay? Let's review that. If you look at it, it looked good this morning. It started coming down. We waited. We didn't make a mistake and get in. I wanted to get in, but the numbers wasn't there, and therefore we passed on the trade. But let's look at it. Let's just look at it if we had got in. See what I mean, what I passed on, that little correction there? And there's the 30-minute. It's bottoming right here. Tomorrow might be a different day, especially with the week open. We're higher than that. We just got to get higher than the daily open tomorrow. After those bars, we'll be set up and ready to fly again. Now, clearly QQQ has been strong for the month, but let's talk about entering a trade, what to do if it goes against you. This is where the good traders do. My choice is if it drops 30%, let's say I pay $1, that's about 70 cents. Everybody following the price action. $1 to 70 is about 30%. Everybody agree that they understand what I'm talking about? $1 to 70 if you enter, okay? If you pay $1 or if you pay $2, 30% of $2 is 60 cents, $1.40 or $3. This is how it works. Use that 30% ballpark price, okay? So I either got to do two things. Choice one, if I don't think the trend's going to continue up, I punt, take my loss. That's what I do. But if I think the trend is still solid, then what I will do is find a higher strike price, at least 30 cents in value, and sell it, which restores my trade, just buys me more time. Does everybody understand that move right there? That move took me 20 years to learn. It's worth a fortune to you if you understand it. Rochelle, what don't you understand? Tell me what you don't understand. Type it out, not just yes or no. Tell me what you don't understand about a market that you think the trend is up. In other words, it's above the month, above the week, and pull back on the day. What don't you understand? Type it out. Everybody's got to understand this as we own day trade QQQ. I don't get it. Okay. I do it by price. I do it by price. So I will look out and try to go maybe 2 or 3 strikes up and sell it and make it a spread. So I'll go to my option chain where I'm long and I'll go find me something 30 cents or higher. Everybody got it? That's what I do. If I decide to stay in, same expiration, everything stays the same. I just got a higher strike. Now I've got a spread. In other words, spreading the trade buys more time and it brings my trade back into line. I just need a couple days to get back to where I wanted to get to, an uptrend. That way I don't need a 30-cent loss. I just wait for the thing to catch a move. And that's what I do a lot. I do that a lot when I do these trades. No, 30% is not too much. No. Jim, I do consider calendar spreads, but generally speaking, most of the people in here are not advanced enough to do those. So I just keep it simple. Okay. Everybody got my move. That's if I don't take a loss. That's what I do. And that's where the reference bars become very important to you, okay? Well, Tom, if you're in a cash account and you don't have any choices, you got to take a loss. No, the key question, Jonathan, I want you to type these words out in bold print. I only stay in a trade that I still believe will go up. And the numbers have to justify it. Okay? So if I think it's a total reversal going down, I'm gonna get out and take my loss. You can't save that one. How do I know? I look at the reference bars. I.e., is reference bar number 4 bullish? Then I'd probably stay in it. Robin, have you read the master sheets. Study those master sheets. They're very valuable to everybody. He's typing it out. Understand every word on that before you try to day trade. Save you a fortune. This is so valuable. If you understand what I'm saying, it will save you a fortune in trading options. In fact, this here is worth thousands and thousands of dollars. This is what you should do, and you should understand it if you're going to try to day trade a QQQ. It's easy when it goes your way. I'm talking about when it doesn't go your way. All right, everybody got it? This is the other half of day trading the QQQ. Nothing magic about it, but you got to know the playing field. And the playing field is the following. Let's put it to a slide here. The playing field starts out with RB3, which is a time of 9:30 to 10, creates a range. Then we have Genesis from 11:30 to 12. And then we have RB4, which is from 1:30 to 2. But time of day is going to dictate to you how you judge whether or not. John, anytime I'm day trading, I'll try to be out at least 10 days to have this option, okay? If I'm day trading, I'm not taking the same day options or tomorrow's options. I always go out and have enough time for this option. Makes your account look a lot better when your timing's off a little bit, okay? Okay, digest what I told you. Just take a 2-minute pause in action and see. Do I wait for yes. I will have an answer to the question after RB4. Let me give you an example. Let's say I go long on RB3. It looks good, right? It goes bad on Genesis. If it goes bad on RB4, I'm probably just going to take my loss and move on. Everybody understand how to do that? I hope you followed what I just said. Good on RB3 got me long, bad on Genesis got me short. The tiebreaker's RB3. If it's bad, I probably just pitch it on most days. There's always some exceptions, but on most days. Well, if I pitch it, John, why would I have a spread? Stand back and look at the concept of the trend. Why did you get long to start with? That's the question you got to ask yourself because you thought the market was going higher, correct? Let's go. We'll go live after our little intermission break, okay? All right, let's go. Keep going with the slides. Here's trades that we've done, and we've done pretty good, haven't we? 19% return on risk, $190. This is real stuff. Turned out to go to 247. Thank you, Todd, for writing it. Another great trade, 19%. I hope y'all made these trades. This is free money for you. NVIDIA, 25% return. XSP, punted it. Punted it means threw it back. Okay. %, average return on risk. You got to love it. XSP. Getting ready to do a WPC trade at the break. That's $500. Here comes WPC. There's a loss we took on Apple. I pitched it because I thought the trend was negative. The daily trend turned negative on me. Way to go, Barry. XSP again. XSP again, 21% return. Now, this morning I had a class on old school. Anybody here from old school this morning? Type in what you thought about the training you got this morning. I want to share it with people because I'm trying to get everybody on, and I want everybody to understand that Monday I'll go live with old school again. Training was great. Loved it. Very interesting. I think it's more than interesting, Rochelle. Carol said, excellent. There's 3 phases of old school. You got to learn the playing field. That's phase 1. We're going to do that during the class. You're going to know the tools, roadmap and MTI. You got to know your trading platform, your do's and don'ts. Learn the DTI method, the only method that works consistently I've seen in 40-something years. Know how to connect the dots. We do that every week. Finding the high odds opportunity. Setting up the trade, setting up targets, setting up when to punt. That means throw it back after it's not any good. And using time to evaluate. We take theory, and there's a lot of theory out there in the market, but we apply that theory and show you how to manage your option portfolio. We use market timing to control our risk. We do it all the time. We set realistic goals. We try to make 20 and 30% on these option plays. And we grow the assets. That's what we do. Step 1, step 2, step 3. Step 1, step 2, step 3. I know it sounds boring. That's what we do. Now, to qualify for my live trading that's tied into old school for every Monday, for the rest of this month and July, get signed up without delay. This is the best deal we have right now for learning the art of trading. Go to Old School 3.0, dtitrader.com/old school, or call 904-416-1776. Let's take a break for 10 minutes. I'll go look at WPC. We'll come back and go live and validate today's market for everybody. Sound like fun? Get signed up over the next 10 minutes. I want to see who's in, and I want to know who's serious about trading. Let's do it. Put me a clock up there, Jonathan.
Five minutes. 5 minutes, Tom.
Take 10. You can take 10.
Okay. Thank you.
Give everybody a chance to sign up. I'm going to identify those that come across. Todd says if you can't trade with Tom, you might as well pack it up. You won't be able to trade. That's probably true, Todd. I didn't want to say it, but you did. Not cocky, just confident. All right, folks, we put out the WPC trade, expires Monday. You should check the WPC account. That's Weekend Profits Club. We got that out. I like it, and it's out there. And Jonathan got that one, or he's doing that one while I'm talking. Uh, I want to thank so far Alexandro for coming in. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Anybody else coming across the line? There should be, Robin. I'd have to check. There should be a some steps. Weekend Profits Club. Check your trade tracker. Jonathan's got the word out. Check your Telegram channel. He's got it. He's got the trade. He's got it out there. I like doing these setups this way where we talk for a little bit, go to a live market, take a little intermission here, and then come back for a finish up. Don't y'all like this way of this format? It's a good format. I like it. Lisa loves it. Way to go, Lisa. Where are you from, Lisa? Cleveland. All right. Way to go, Cindy. Thanks for joining Old School.
All right, Tom.
Any other questions about Old School? Thank you, William, for joining. Man, oh man, everybody's coming on board now that I had that little twist and shout on Monday's live trading. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Jonathan, we ready?
Yes.
Let's go live.
This is a 30-minute chart of the E-mini.
John, what service you talking about? Anybody know what John's talking about? All right, draw a line, if you will, John. This is going to be the line that turns the market if people want to know. It's 55.61.
55.61. About right there.
Does everybody see that line he just drew? What's the most important thing? What's the most important thing that we can do this afternoon for you? Put your number and phone number. I'll be glad to call you, John. Name and phone number. I'd love to talk to you. What's the most important thing that I can help you with this late in the day? Can I help you with a trade we already have? I can help you with market direction. And I just gave you the key to market direction. I told you if the S&P goes above 61, right? If it goes above 61, then what happens? The market goes higher. What happens if the market goes higher? Do y'all know the rule that's associated with the market going higher? Approximately 75% of all stocks will move up. How many people knew that one? I know some of my senior students do that, but that's why I draw that line, not for the coloring of it, but to help you understand. Market direction will affect your underlying portfolio. All right, that's on me. Put in video out there. I'm showing something. Draw a line at 133.55. What's important about that number? That's the opening of the week, and it also is the high of last week. So NVIDIA's at 132. So hypothetically, if the market goes higher than 133.55 after RB3 tomorrow, does everybody know when RB3 is tomorrow? From 9:30 to 10? And that's telling you NVIDIA's going back up. Now, is that important to you to know that information? I want to hear that you understand just how valuable that is. You can't get that anywhere else. That's with NVIDIA. You listen to TV all day long, they won't give you that number. That's the number that's going to turn NVIDIA positive. Okay? So you got the E-mini above 55.61. You've got the E-mini above 61, and you've got NVIDIA above 33. Thanks, William, for joining Old School. Appreciate it. Now, I think this, Jonathan, that's enough right there. Let's go back to some of the trades that we completed. Can you go back to showing that? Who doesn't like 19% return on risk? Tell me if you don't like that. 19% return on your risk. Tell me you don't like that. Because if you think that is bad, then you can't be satisfied. 19% return. Go to the next one. It actually went to 240. Okay. 13%. Nobody gives you this stuff. I've never seen anybody can do it. Been doing it for 40 years. 25%. That makes my point though, how valuable it is. And the reason when I have these meetings, you're invited as our guest. You really need to take notes and learn and challenge yourself to see the value. You need to go read do me a favor, put the master. I'd go down to 83, Mike, minimum. 83.
Tom, you were looking for me to enter some kind of link into the chat, I believe.
What'd you say, Jonathan? I didn't hear you. I had a trade going on.
Yeah, you started talking about.
No, post the link that gives all the background. We give it to people. Post that where people can take tonight, make it a homework assignment, and go study this stuff. Don't you want to have the opportunity to make those kind of moves I just made? I mean, I would if I was trying to find myself in the ballpark.
That'd be a good weekend project.
Do what?
Said it'd be a good weekend project.
Jonathan, wouldn't you wish everybody before they ever traded read all those papers?
Yes, absolutely. Definitely.
Brandon, suggestion, add the time of the trade, time you were in the trade on the results that will emphasize how powerful what I do is. Well, hopefully people will take it upon themselves to watch that, Brandon. Dave says, read it twice. No extra charge for reading twice, is there, Dave? All right. I think it's been a good day. We got some good trades working in old school. By the way, if you just joined in old school, we got a trade tracker now, right, Jonathan?
Yeah, Old School 3.0 is on the members area, the home tab. You should have a module there for it.
Okay.
I'll show it.
So if you just joined, you can go get in at those trades. They're still viable trades I did today.
Yeah, you might have to log out and log back into the members area if you're, still logged in from earlier, for example, but everybody in the program go to home and there it is, Old School 3.0. Right from the home tab. Let me circle it. May not be in that exact location for you, but should be on your list of icons.
It wouldn't surprise me. Let me just tell you this. Based on the way this market's closing, it wouldn't surprise me for us to go up and challenge today's high tomorrow, which would be a big move from here if that happens. Wouldn't surprise me the way this is acting. Okay. Well, I'm going to wrap it up. I think I've done everything I possibly can to help people. I think I'm going to call it quits for today. It's been a great day. I love it. And guess what? Dick, if you got any suggestions, it's better if you'll send Jonathan at Rowe@DTI Trader a deal. Got any suggestions. We're open. We don't know everything.
Well, Tom, it's been a good week so far. I think you've been live every single day this week, if not
Well,
multiple.
I'm trying to help people because this old school is really a big hit. And I decided to do live trading on Mondays to help people. And it's pretty valuable stuff, I think. Will every trade be a winner? No, but when they're not, I'll show you what to do. Thank you, William A. Thank you. We do our very best to get these points across. Go back through what we're going to cover in phase 1, 2, and 3. Why don't you go through that, Jonathan, for everybody? One last time for everybody, phase 1, 2, and 3. Listen very closely. I want to listen to Jonathan.
3 phases of old school 3.0. Number 1, or phase 1, learn the playing field, meaning learn what to trade and how to trade it, essentially. Know your tools. We got the roadmap software and MTI by DTI. And of course, know your trading platform, do's and don'ts. Now, a note on this, we're going to teach you about roadmap and MTI by DTI. And we're going to show you the tools inside our trading platforms that we like to use. But you got to know the basics of your trading platform. You got to know how to, navigate inside the platform. Each platform is different. We'll be showing Thinkorswim and Taste to Trade. And but you got to know your platform a little bit before we can teach you anything. So if you're brand new to trading, make sure you dig in. And for instance, you can Google search YouTube for, platform basis on Taste to Trade, that sort of thing. So take some time to do that, and then we'll be able to teach you further and dig in about what really matters in terms of getting in and out of the markets. Phase 2, learn the DTI method. Know how to connect the dots. That's referring to all of our key opens and whatnot, that whole process. Finding high odds opportunities. Setting up the trade, setting up targets, know when to get out of the trade, know when to punt, and using time to evaluate. That probably should be in bold there, that last bullet point. Being at the last end of the row here might be overlooked, but it's very critically important to trading, is using time for everything, time of day. Phase 3, taking theory and applying it, not just talking about ideas, but applying it. Tom will be trading live. He always trades live during the live sessions. Managing an option portfolio, using market timing to control your risk, setting realistic goals, and of course, the end goal for all of this is growing your assets. Phase 1, 2, and 3. Just a reminder on when the schedule is. July 9th, 10th, and 11th are the official old school sessions. Will happen from 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern time. So we'll have the last hour of the trading day to focus on trading. And then we'll have an extra hour there to dig into, more of the educational stuff that we need to spend time doing without focusing on the market. That's July 9th, 10th, and 11th. But before then, every Monday until July 9th, Tom will be live Monday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern time for old school 3.0 people. A little extra bonus thrown in there. So I don't know how many Mondays that is, but it's quite a few.
All right, y'all have a good night. Be sure to tune in to TNT. I'm gonna trade it tonight. TNT, if you're in TNT. And I'll be back tomorrow. Jonathan, what's our schedule tomorrow? All we got tomorrow is the 3 o'clock wrap up.
Yes. That's
3
correct.
o'clock wrap up tomorrow. 3 o'clock wrap up tomorrow. That's our weekly wrap up, but we took that format and been doing it every day this week with the crazy week we've had, so it's been sort of interesting. I've enjoyed it. I enjoyed being with you. John, I'm gonna call you right now. Answer the phone.
Thanks, Tom.